Hello. Today we are going to go over the Keller-Williams LoRE report and how to fill this one out properly. So the first thing we're going to do is we will open our email, go into Google Drive, and search LoRE. The regional LoRE report is filled out every month by Matt or one of his assistants. He gives us rights to use this as view only, but what we can do is we can come in here and you can see July's data here. That's the month we're on. So we come to July, we right click, copy to, come up here, just type LoRE again, find the correct office. You should only have one, and then go ahead and close it. Now we will go open that same LoRE report and wait for it to load. Come here all the way to the very end, and you'll see right here, copy of July. I like to drag that all the way to the left. It's just easier for me to see and locate for future use. We'll go ahead and right click and rename that. And then the first thing I do, just so I don't forget, is I'm going to put the office name here. We all use this, at least I believe all of us use this exact same format, so it's much easier for Matt and Gordon to know which one they're looking at if we make sure to put our name there. Then I'm going to open up my multi-year trend report for the month. We'll just arrange these so that we can see all the data we need at once. It's far easier to do on double monitors. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to locate closed units. We'll just scroll through here until we find that one. There it is right there. What we're going to be looking at, as you can see here, is we've got our month over month and year over year. Those are already broken down for us right here, month over month and year over year. So we're just going to plug those values into the appropriate field. The one thing that we need to note on this is if we have a value that is like, you know, a very low percentage, we're going to use 0 point and then whatever that value is. For example, if it was 0.04%, if we enter it into this field that way, it's not going to fill correctly. So go ahead and undo that. If we put 0.04, you can see that it will enter it correctly. Let's try that one more time so I can explain it better. We put 0.04 without putting the 0 out front. You can see that it'll put the number in there, but it doesn't denote it as a percentage. Whereas if we were to put 0.4 or 0.04, you can see that. Let's try that one more time. 0.04, it's going to put it in there as a percentage. You know you've done it correctly. If the percentage symbol doesn't show up, you know that you've done something wrong. We have found that when something is done incorrectly in these fields, it will not select the correct color. This is pre-formatted so that each one of these cells will go to the appropriate color. Anything above 10% is going to go to green, and anything below 10% is going to go in yellow, except for on our expenses, and those are going to be reversed. So anything below 10% on expenses is going to be in green, and anything above 10% is in yellow. So, and you know that makes sense because we want to underspend on our expenses. So anything that we're doing under should be a good thing. Next, we're going to go to our closed volume, and we're just going to quickly just fill in the rest of this report. It should be one of the easiest reports that you're doing throughout the month. So you can see that these fields pretty closely follow what you're seeing in your multi-year trend report. Okay, so on this one, as you can see, it's a negative 1.6%. We want to make sure that we're also putting the negative over here. So you're entering it as exactly as you're seeing it on that field. Okay, so once we have all of our values filled in here, we will go ahead and go to the top. How this top section works is all of the values in each section that are in green are going to be your first number value in here. So in this first section, there are 8 fields. All of them are green, none of them are yellow, so it's going to be 8-0. Over here, 7-1. Scroll down, you can see that this office is doing very well. In this second section, there's 6 fields. So, you know, we have 5 that are green, 1 that is yellow. And then our final section, all green. So it's going to be 3-0, 3-0. Once you've completed that, you will go through and on this section, you have to hand, you know, you've got to fill in the colors by hand is what I'm saying. So you just go in, you select the appropriate color, make sure that the greens match the greens that are already in this, just so that the report looks nice. After you have all of that done, you will print this to a PDF. You will put that in with your ATM packet and any other packets. I know a couple of the offices use it for their ALC packets. And then we'll also want to send a copy of this to Gordon each month for Matt. So that is it with our KW LoRE report. The one final thing is if, for example, if this column, you know, if this section had 8 total and 4 were green and 4 were yellow, we would just leave this up here white. We wouldn't put that as green or yellow. So that's the final thing. Hope this helps.